We're back. It's been like, 2 weeks? We're back.
3 by my count.
3-0, yeah, something like that. But yeah, welcome to the second very postponed episode of Talk The Plank. I'm your host, Ashley, and I'm here with Salty, co-host as always. We've got a lot to talk about.
Got a lot to talk
about. Not a lot of time.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've been a little delayed. We've had some personal issues come up in both of our lives. You know, I just got back from a couple of funerals. Ashley.
Yeah, I had my mom was in the hospital. She was in the ICU, so it's kind of just, not really the right time to do a podcast. Neither of our heads are really in it, and just wanted to make sure we got on here and give you guys an actual show instead of just no emotion, no nothing. But we're here, hungover, but we're here. At least I'm hungover. Salty, see, usually Salty would be the one that's drinking and hungover, but with the Halloween festivities last night, just had a couple too many to drink, and listen, we made it happen though. We're here, ready to talk some Bucs football, ready to give you guys a good show, but it's not a lot of good things to talk about. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a lot of
shit football.
Really frustrating coaching decisions, and really just lack of attitude. We're bad right now.
Lack of heart. There's no heart on this team right now. Where's the heart?
The heart left with a couple good players, and it's sad to see. But in the most recent news, the Bucs got their ass kicked on Thursday Night Football by the Ravens after showing some promise for like a quarter, and then Byron and Brady and other bullshit took over, and it really just became more of the same frustration, more of the same things that didn't click, more of the same things that just didn't get done that needed to get done, and nothing has changed. It's nothing has improved. If anything's improved, maybe it's the fact that we scored a touchdown, but it was like, that was it. After that one touchdown, it just became a shit show.
It took us what, 8 weeks to finally score a touchdown in the first quarter. That is unacceptable for how much talent is on this roster.
It's one thing to be bad when you have, pros versus Joes, like you had said earlier. You and I discussed it. But it's one thing to have all of these pros, all pros, Pro Bowl, future Hall of Famers, and you can't get in the end zone. It's embarrassing at this point.
We did get one Julio touchdown, though, so we're off to a better start.
Does it really matter if it's the fucking...
I mean, we've been waiting so long for it.
That's fair.
So long. Like, if you're a Julio fan, if you're a football fan in general, you want to see Julio Jones score touchdowns because he's been incredible his whole career. Unfortunately, he's had some of his best games against the Bucs, but now he is a Buccaneer, and we have welcomed him into the crew, into the family. He's part of the family, part of the team.
Field, man. Listen, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that PCL is a thing, but like, if you can't play, you can't play. Like, go on IR.
Yeah. And it's keeping it so guys like Geiger and Tompkins have to stay on the practice squad when they can come up and contribute right away. And we could really use them because, I mean, it's not that we don't have targets. We have plenty of guys that can catch the football on this team. It's just something's not clicking and we're not utilizing the roster well. That's, I'm not trying to take a shot at Jason Light, but that's also, that's his job. He needs to prepare the team as best he can with the personnel and everything that we can go out and hopefully score the most points. As John Madden said, like, team that scores the most points is going to win the game.
You gotta, it's just, I don't know where the issue lies exactly, but it's all over the place. It's a domino effect. It's, the offense can't stay on the field, so the defense has to stay on the field. The defense gets tired, defense gives up points, and it just over and over and over and over again. And at this point, without there being any major changes made, I think we're just punting on the season, which is crazy to me.
Unacceptable is going to be the buzzword for this show. Like, there's so much unacceptable business going on right now at One Buck Place. Like, the team is drastically underperforming this year. And I don't know what happened because last year us zero blitz kept us from pretty much repeating as champions, because that Bucs team was the best team in that playoffs last year, hands down.
By far. Like, the Bengals would not have done anything against this defense last year.
No.
It would have been another routing of a Super Bowl. But at this point, I don't even think the Bucs are going to make the playoffs.
Don't say that. Don't you say that. Don't you put that bad juju on us.
It has to be said. You want me to lie? No, I'm not going to do that.
Nah, this division's shit. This division is so bad.
Okay, well, you know what?
If we miss the playoffs, everybody has to get fired, because that's unacceptable. I'll even fire Bruce Arians in whatever his bullshit role is up in the front office.
The thing is, though, like, we have to sit back and watch today as either the Panthers or the Falcons become the top seed in the NFC South, which is crazy, because neither of those teams are as talented as this team by any means.
Well, I don't want to say that the law averages means that we're going to come out on top, because we've played pretty fucking average.
We've played below average. Let's be for real. Be fucking for real.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it's not good. You know, we're 20th in points allowed, 18th in points scored. We're the 21st overall team, 16th offense, 19th defense, 30th in special teams. Like, it's just not a good football team right now. It has all the talent in the world to be a good football team, but I feel like we're waiting on Tom Brady to put the cape on, like he did last year when he was an MVP. But a lot of situational was different last year.
But he shouldn't have to be the cape.
Yeah, no.
Right now,
there's too much talent around him.
There's two players that have the cape on. It's Mike Evans and Jake Camarda.
Yeah, Jake has come on strong the past couple weeks.
He hunting his ass off.
Yeah. And if we had Bradley Pinion, we'd probably be the worst team in the league right now.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was like writing off Jake after like the third game, and it's just like, bro, give him a minute. Like, this man can punt. Like, I watched him at Georgia. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he was a beast. He was a beast at UGA. And, you know, speaking of which, thank you, UGA, for beating the hell out of the Gators yesterday. Yeah, side note, go Noles, but
oh man.
But he is playing really well right now. Past couple weeks, Jay Camarda has had some beautiful punts. Like, that was like the one bright spot when I was sitting in the stadium the other day, watching Thursday Night Football, getting a glimpse of hope that this team is the team that I thought it was in the first half. Playing defense, we held the Ravens to 3 points in the first half. Who does that?
No one.
That's Lamar Jackson out there.
Literally
That's
like
Lamar Jackson.
The talent and the possibility to be great is right there, but it's just lack of heart, lack of effort, lack of consistency,
lack of complimentary football. Like, this shit isn't balancing. Like, it's like, you remember the first game of the season, it was defense played amazing, offense was kind of average. And then we went to New Orleans, and they both were kind of playing well. And then the Packers game, you know, defense again prevailed, offense was atrocious. Then it flipped script when we played against the Chiefs, and it was the offense was amazing. The one and only time we've seen the offense be amazing this year. As close to amazing as we can get. And the defense was just sorry.
And it's crazy because we thought it was just the health of the offense, because like we had no Chris Godwin, we had no Julio, we had no we had Gage, but just Gage and Mike. And then we thought, oh, Godwin's back, is going to be great, and it's nothing.
He's not 100% yet. Like, I can't get mad at Godwin because he's a warrior right now. To even be out there right now after tearing his ACL like he did last year, like, we might have rushed him back, but we desperately need him, because if we're not throwing a screen pass at Godwin, like, that screen pass play is not working for anybody. So, like, he's out there, he's a dog, he's you know, trying his best, but he's not 100% yet, so we can't expect Pro Bowl Godwin. Like, but Gage has been bro, are you hurt? Are you injured? What is it, man? Like, do we need to put you on IR? You got to tell us, man. Because aside from the Packers game, you've been non-existent this year.
Gage has been a very big disappointment. Like, I get injuries happen, but like even when he's on the field, he's just a negative factor. Can't block, can't catch. Not worth 10 million.
Yeah. And speaking of guys that can't block, I mean, we have a lot to recap from the past couple of weeks of not being here, but like Luke Gedeke sat out this week because he was injured. And we started Nick Leverett at left guard. Tom Brady finally had what looked like a clean pocket for like the first time all season because Gedeke wasn't in the lineup.
Nick Leverett has to start the rest of the season. Like, it should have never been Gedeke. I don't understand what the hell the coaching staff is doing, but it's Nick Leverett, and it's always been Nick Leverett.
Right. And see, that's the thing, is because we got guys that go to training camp, Pewter Report, they were talking about it all offseason. They were like, Nick Leverett looks really good. He's getting limited snaps, but he looks really good. Gedeke looks a little lost. And they kept saying it over and over again. So that's why it was so surprising that we started Gedeke.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, revisionist history. I mean, like, obviously, you lose Ali Marpet, like, you're gonna run into some problems. Like, Ali Marpet retiring was probably just as detrimental, if not more, than Ryan Jensen tearing his ACL or whatever he did to his knee, because they won't tell us what happened.
Yeah, the moment that Jensen went down, it kind of like, in my mind, was like, oh fuck, this is not going to be the year that we could have or should have.
I mean, you remember when it happened, everybody was like, oh, that's a huge injury because he's the heart and soul of that offense. Mm-hmm. He might be, because when we're getting pushed around on offense and shit like that, how many times have we seen Ryan Jensen since he came over from the Ravens where he's just like, you know what? I'm going to get a spark out of this offense. I'm going to get into a fight with somebody. I'm going to put somebody on their ass. I'm going to get in somebody's face. I might even yell at a ref, And he does that, and it fires us up.
Every time.
We know every time, like, and he was slept on until last year as like a quality center. Like, he's one of the top 5 centers in the league. Easily. Yeah. I mean, last year he played like he was top 2. I mean, who were you going to put over him? Maybe Creed Humphrey? So, like, we're missing that, and I hope to God he can come back at some point this season. Yeah, I mean,
at least this year. 5. Of course, he's going to come back, but like this year,
if we make the playoffs and he's like medically cleared, he can play. I think. If
we make the Super Bowl, I think is the only way that he comes back. Legitimately.
All right. Well, if I win the lottery,
Oh God.
So that's how it feels right now. Like, this is not a Super Bowl team.
This isn't a playoff team. I'm telling you, this is not a playoff team. You can't score against the 2 worst teams in the fucking league. No.
It's rough. I'm all right. On Twitter, I did say that we're going nowhere fast. And, I even threw out that, trade deadline's Tuesday. And if we're just going to lose games and tank, why are we even bothering with Tom Brady? He can be on a better roster and make the playoffs and make another run at a ring. So,
I don't know.
Like, I know that's dangerous thinking, and I know, like, everybody's going to come at me for that. Like, but, I mean, you can easily get a day 2 pick for Tom Brady. I still think that he's worth a first-round pick.
He's worth multiple first-round picks.
Yeah, like, I mean, this dude is, aside from what, last week when he actually did have a clean pocket and he was missing some throws, dude, he's been on. And people are saying, oh, he's washed. He ain't good. He's lost it. He should have retired, like, maybe he should have retired because he could have retired on top. Like, he went out like a boss last year.
But that's for
that could have. I don't know. I think they've been on the rocks a long time. You don't just get divorced.
Yeah, like, no, I know.
That's been going on for a minute, and we don't even know what that is. But like, this dude's playing well, despite the record, despite what the stats say. You know, a lot of it had to do with the line. Like, this dude was getting hit or hurried 25 plus times a game. And what's maddening is he only has one interception, despite the fact he's throwing off his back foot all the time.
Only 8
right?
touchdowns too.
Yeah, but 8-1, I'll take that any day. I mean, it's 1 touchdown a game, but he's not throwing the ball away into the other team. Like, he's had a couple fumbles, I think, but I mean, that's because Donovan Smith getting blown up on the left side of the line.
I don't know what the hell's gotten into Donovan this year, but like, it's not good.
He's gonna have to restructure because we cannot pay Donovan what he's getting next year and stay afloat. No, I want to keep him. Don't get me wrong.
I want to keep him, but not at, what is it, $18 million a year? No, thank you.
It's something like that. It's really expensive. Him and Lenny, and a couple other guys need to restructure their deals. And I know Carlton Davis just got his deal.
That's got to restructure too. I'm not paying him $18.
That has to get restructured. And it's just, but back to Brady, it's like there's something holding him back. It's probably mental from, you know, the fact that right now he's going in a custody battle with his now ex-wife. Mm-hmm. And that's probably on his mental, like, messing with him real bad. But at the end of the day, I thought, like, you know, somebody like him who's that fierce competitor who wants to rip your heart out on the football field, like Kobe Bryant style, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I thought that playing football would clear his mind and take it off of his divorce for the 2.5 hours that he's playing the game, you know? But it's clearly, I mean, I think it's affecting him. It's the offensive line. We're making excuses for Brady right now, but I feel like they're warranted a little bit. And maybe in a couple weeks, like when the fires die down in the divorce proceedings and all that, maybe he will be able to actually like lock in and get ready, and we're going to make a run. We have the bye week coming up. We have 10 days between the Baltimore game and the Rams who are coming to town. And the Rams are playing like shit too. So we actually have a chance to win that game if we prepare well.
We'll see. I'm not convinced.
I mean, I don't have any faith in Byron Leftwich or Todd Bowles right now.
Hell no.
But I do have faith in Tom Brady to rally the troops. And, you know, players only meeting, I don't care. Something has to get done. Something's got to change.
Anything has to get done at this point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I got the Ravens game going in the background right now. I'm looking at it, and, you know, that first half was just, it gave me so much hope. Even being there, like, I lost my voice by like the third quarter because I was having so much fun. I was shouting. I was berating refs and Ravens fans alike. You know, like hell hath no fury, like Salty Buccaneer in the crowd. And then the second half, we just couldn't get anything done. You know,
that first play in the second half, like, kind of told me exactly what was going to happen. It was like a huge gain, and I was like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it's the little things. It's like effort, you know, like we haven't even gotten into Devin White yet. And how long have we been recording? Like 20 minutes. We've had this much to cover without even talking about Devin White. And that, oh, he is on my shit list right now. Like, I actually stayed up last night just ranting about Devin White, recording that. I might add it to the YouTube page. We'll see. I mean, last night, just, I couldn't get the bad taste of shitty football out of my mouth from somebody that is constantly talked about like he's one of the best linebackers in the league. And I can't stand that talk because he doesn't put forth that effort. Is he talented? Does he have the athleticism? Is he fast? Is he strong? All that shit? Yes. Does he put it together with effort? No. He's like that guy that was just natural at everything and didn't put forth the work.
I feel like he just won a Super Bowl and then was like, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best.
Yep.
But you're not.
you remember that offseason, like they sucked and slurped him all offseason. Talking about he was going to be an all-pro defensive player of the year, all that. And it got in his head because I know he Googles himself. That's the only reason that he blocked me on Twitter. Because I called him the most overrated player on our roster, possibly the league. And he blocked me.
Damn.
Bitch move, bro. Bitch move. But it needed to be said because he is underperforming like all-time bad on this roster. I've seen some really bad play. I'm looking at you, Vernon Hargreaves. But the way that Devin is playing right now is so uninspired, so going through the motions, and it's so maddening, so frustrating because I can't stand watching somebody that talented loaf and just not give a shit. And it doesn't help that
Like, he's not even lining up correctly.
He's hitting the wrong gaps. He can't get off of blocks. We saw that last year. He couldn't get off of blocks. Mm-hmm. It's like he didn't even work on it in the offseason, trying to get better at that. And all offseason we heard, oh, Devin White's got hands. Devin White's got hands. He's got, multiple interceptions in camp right now. And I'm not seeing that either. Like this guy is lost in coverage, man. I can't watch him.
It's so disgusting. Bad against running backs. I don't understand it.
They punk his ass all the time. Like, I'm watching every play, and it's like he's in the area, but he stops running, or he just stops giving shit. The only thing he gives a shit about is sacking the quarterback. So I got a wild take that maybe is not so wild what we should do going forward. And I think we should bring up Fadakasi onto the roster. We should play him. I'm not saying bench Devin White, even though he deserves it, but maybe use him as a pass rusher, strictly.
Like Micah Parsons?
Kinda, yeah, because this man doesn't do anything else. He sucks in coverage. He doesn't get interceptions when you throw it right at him. His tackling is abysmal. He's one of the worst tacklers in the league this year. Statistically, he's one of the worst tacklers in the league. His missed tackle rate is way the fuck up right now. And we just need to see that change. Something like Todd Bowles, you're supposed to be a defensive guru. And that's part of personnel and everything, man. You got to recognize, all right, my personnel is not getting it done. I need to switch it up a little bit. Need to put guys in different roles and need to see if anything changes.
Yeah, it's just at this point, he has to look himself in the mirror and be like, what am I doing wrong? How can I improve? Instead of just being like, I'm still the best. I'm still the best. I just had a bad game. No, you've had a bad month, bro.
And this is after he got, Defensive Player of the Month, the first month?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, you heap the praise on him, and then he gets complacent. It's unacceptable. You cannot do that. If I pat you on the back, I'm doing it in hopes that you keep it up, man. Keep it up. Good work. Keep it up, man.
Not I won this, so I'm the best, and I can just do the same thing. No.
He's so immature. It's like the things we saw out of Jameis in the first couple years. He'd have his really great moments, but as soon as we started heaping praise on him,
mm-hmm.
it would all go to shit because he wasn't mature enough to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going on with Devin White. If he can mature and he can, take everything with a grain of salt, the good and the bad, because Lord knows he's vain as shit about criticizing him.
Mm-hmm.
Then he can be a great player. But I'm not seeing it right now. He's not trying, and it's obvious. And I can't stand that Todd Bowles is covering for him.
Yeah, Todd Bowles saying that there's no drop-off is crazy. Because, are we watching the same fucking player? At all? No? Yes? Maybe?
They asked him, do you think it's him loafing or he's tired? Specifically that play,
the 3rd and 9.
Who's the running back? Yeah. And you watch Devin and he's just put my shit on,
oh my
what
God.
Are you doing? That's what he's doing, man. He's not doing shit. Run to the sideline. You're supposed to be one of the best linebackers in the league at sideline to sideline. I need to see that, man. I don't care that you're gassed. Everybody's fucking tired. But you see Joe Tryon from the backfield running all the way to the sideline to try to catch up to that guy. You got defensive linemen. Vita Vea's even going at him, man. Like, come on. What are you doing?
It's just like you have a C on your chest and you're not acting like it. Like, you are a captain of this football team and you just act like you don't give a shit. There's no heart.
That's why I said, if he's traded, I will not shed a tear. Because he wants $100 million. And he's going to hold out in camp. You best believe it. He's going to hold out in camp. There's no way he plays on that 5th-year option without a deal. So when you got a player like that, like, it's best to just cut bait. I'm not saying release him. Just try to get what you can for him. You can easily get a 2nd, 3rd round pick. You even said earlier, you said you think he can still get a 1st round pick. I don't believe that, but that can help in the long run because, like, we're going to have to rebuild this team a little bit. We don't have a quarterback next year. We have Kyle Trask, and he's not winning shit. Yeah, he's not winning shit.
I think we draft a quarterback, honestly.
I hope we draft a quarterback.
I want that kid from Texas. Hooker?
The one for Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Texas, Tennessee.
University of Tennessee.
Same fucking color scheme, whatever.
Orange and white,
I want the Hooker kid. He's good. I was watching him yesterday.
I feel like his stock's gonna skyrocket, and you're gonna have to take him in the 1st round.
Okay,
like,
but at this point, it may not be a bad thing.
Yeah, but I mean, we might possibly be looking for a generational linebacker to replace a generational linebacker.
Or we get Roquan Smith.
That's interesting. I mean, but where we messed up was trading back, getting Logan Hall, who he's been, I don't know. I don't even really have a good beat on him.
He really hasn't played.
No, and in limited snaps, he's all right. He's not great. He looks very much like a day 2 pick. So we could have stayed in the 1st round, and we could have taken Lloyd from Utah. You remember I wanted to do it because I felt Levante David's not getting any younger. We're probably going to have to look into, a future where we'll have to play Lloyd with Devin White. If Levante retires, like a lot of people think.
Year, like, we're fucked.
Yeah, we'll go from, quote unquote, the best linebacking core to probably the worst. And, we shouldn't.
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, we should have took Lloyd. Because at least if we had Lloyd right now, we could seriously consider trading Devin White.
Something's got to change, and I don't know. It sucks that it took this long, and the deadline's in like 3 days or 2 days for it to be like, well, what the fuck do we do now? But it's bad. It's bad all around.
What the fuck do we do? Like, what do you want to do? I mean, because I got some ideas of what to do at the trade deadline.
I would trade for Josh Allen from Jacksonville. And I would trade
I wanted to take over Devin White. Mm-hmm.
Or any kind of serviceable offensive lineman.
Yeah, I wanted Josh Allen coming out of the draft. I wanted him over Devin White. When we took Devin White, I was for certain that we were taking Josh Allen. So that would be kind of ironic if we did get both of them. We wound up with both of them. But if we're not getting him, then I mean, if we can get the Broncos to give up Bradley Chubb for maybe like a 3rd round pick and a future pick, I don't even know what round you would do. I'm not a GM, but that would help. We lost Shaq Barrett, like RIP, bro. Achilles. Die. I mean, his Achilles is gone. He died in football. Like that's a death of your career injury.
Okay, let's relax.
Well, you remember when Suggs tore his Achilles? He was never the same after that.
Yeah, but Suggs was also old as shit.
But he was playing at a really high level as an old guy.
Yeah, but there's a difference between Shaq Barrett and Suggs' age and wear and tear and shit too.
I mean, we were slandering Shaq Barrett. Before that Ravens game, he was not playing well. He played great during that Ravens game. Made me a believer again. I saw Sack Barrett show back up again. And he's kind of streaky. Like, he'll do it in bunches. Like when he gets sacks, sometimes he gets like 2-3 sacks in the same game. And it's just overall, I gotta put an F on how we supposedly like improved the team in the offseason.
Oh, hell yeah.
I gotta put an F on it.
It's been a bust.
But it's been a bust. The only one that was like even moderately playing well was Logan Ryan.
Logan Ryan's been great in my opinion.
Yeah, but now he's on IR. And when he's not in the lineup, you can see the miscommunication on defense.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, it's palpable. And, you know, Jake Camarda's been great past couple weeks. We did say that was one of the good picks in the draft. Zion McCollum had a big stop. He will be good eventually. I truly believe it. He's one of the most athletic DBs that's ever gone into the combine. You know, and his tape is pretty good at Sam Houston. So there's a couple of picks we made that were really good, but the free agency signings, like, we're not getting anything out of them.
Hicks is still hurt. Julio's been hurt.
And we didn't put them on IR. That's the most maddening thing about that. They should have gone on IR, rested up. You know, Hicks, it's a foot. Julio, I think he tore his patellar tendon.
His PCL.
Yeah, whatever that stands for. And like we need Antoine back.
We do need Antoine back desperately.
He was having an all-pro season in my biased opinion, but not so biased. Like, a football fan should recognize that Antoine was having an all-pro season.
He's a top 5 safety right now. Easily.
But we got to tread carefully on that because he's the franchise on defense. And he got a concussion, and I don't want him to be brain dead at 40.
I agree. I'm right there with you.
So
I am so hungover. Oh my god. I'm dying here.
Well, one more thing I want to touch on is with the offense, specifically on third down. We are atrocious. Third and short, we can't run the ball.
Feed Rashad White. Don't understand why we don't.
I was going to bring that up. Like, we should definitely be splitting carries between our backs right now.
We should be starting Rashad White and putting in Lenny as needed. If it's my team, easy.
I mean, you can't pay Lenny that much and have him come off
right,
the bench.
But it might just spark a fire in his ass too.
Or he might just pout and want to get traded or released. Like, remember, he had the issues the year we won the Super Bowl, and Bruce Arians had to get in his head and tell him, hey, man, if you don't want to be here, let me know. We don't have Bruce Arians on the sidelines anymore to do that.
That's true. We don't.
So I'm not saying bench Lenny. I'm saying split carries because Rashad White is dynamic. He is honestly the best player that's not Chris Godwin right now at making defenders miss. And we need that because we're not getting a lot of yards after catch from Mike Evans. He's played well. He's dropped passes, but he's also played well. And we're running our offense through Mike Evans like we should be. But it's on third down, man. Like, I'm looking at right here. Godwin gets 20% of the third down targets. Evans gets 14. You know who gets 1% less than Evans? Take a guess.
Lenny?
You would think. But it's Brashad Perryman at 13% of third down targets. Brashad Perryman is never going to get you third down, like, go-to results.
Hell no.
We've seen, 2 plays in the past 2 years that are memorable about Brashad Perryman? Like, obviously the Bills walk-off and the Saints touchdown this year. Aside from that, he doesn't get anything. Like, I'm fine giving him, like, a second down target, even a first down target every once in a while. But third down, man, you need to be targeting Chris Godwin and Mike Evans.
Literally.
Hell, even Cade Otton, another draft pick that was actually pretty good.
I like Cade. I think Cade's going to be decent.
I hate saying his full name. Honestly, like the other night at the game, I was just saying Cotton. Because his initials are C. Otten. So he's Cotton. But Cotton's good. And I love watching him get better and better and better, especially after what happened earlier in the season with the passing of his mother.
Yeah.
To come back from that and play well, like, salute man.
That's
like,
crazy.
Congratulations, man. I'm loving the effort. You are trying. You've dropped some balls, but you are a rookie. I will give you that pass for now.
So he's played really well. I want to see him get more involved.
He's blocking pretty well too.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying, we should go out and get another tight end. Me personally, I think you make Cotton tight end 1. Like going forward, even when Cam Brate comes back.
If Cam Brate comes back.
Cam Brate comes back.
2 back-to-back head injuries.
Yeah, and right now he's dealing with a neck sprain.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be right. We might have to trade for one, but which one's available right now that's not super expensive? You know, Gesicki is playing on the franchise tag right now, so we can't get him. That's way too much money.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at it, honestly.
Teams that have decent tight ends, they're not trading them.
Fair.
So more or less, you're going to get a Cam Brate quality or worse tight end. And if that's the case, then you might as well just roll with O'Keefe.
You mean our fullback?
Yes, but he is a tight end, though. I want him to be a fullback, but he's a tight end. He did make he made an amazing catch a couple weeks ago.
If only we actually used him as a fullback. I could dream.
But on that note, Gronk's not coming back. Why would he?
Fuck no. If I'm Gronk, I'm not answering no calls from nobody.
Nope. Do not disturb.
Hell no.
He's just waiting for Tommy to come join him in the booth.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. But we're coming up on 40 minutes here. We're not gonna stretch it out much longer than that. We do appreciate you guys for hanging with us and bearing with us going through our personal issues, and we're gonna bring you consistent content from now on, barring anything else unforeseen coming up.
Let's knock on wood.
We're gonna pray for Ashley's mom. Definitely want her to get better and rebound and come on strong. We love her, and you know, any support that you can throw Ashley's way, you know, just reach out, tell her you're thinking about her. Her mom's in your prayers and everything. Like, we appreciate it. Going forward, like, let's get it. Let's get some heart in the building.
Let's do something. Let's stop rolling over and just dying.
I need to see Jason Light be active on trade day. Like, I need to see it.
I don't think it's gonna happen. You
cannot. If you're gonna roll forward with this roster, you might as well trade, guys, because this roster is not going anywhere right now. Like, you need to improve it. Be buyers at the trade deadline or sellers. Like, one or the other needs to happen.
Or
but
both.
You cannot stand pat.
I don't know. Something has to get done, but I don't know. I'm so lost in like what the right move is. I really don't know.
But with that said, again, we appreciate all the support. Stay tuned. Salty Buck 91 on Twitter. Ashley.
EMT_Ashley on Twitter. And yeah, that's about it. We're out.
If you got any questions or concerns, reach out to both of us. We answer DMs, we answer comments, everything. So hit us up.
I'm never drinking again.